Hello, hello, hello. Greetings. Good afternoon. Grand rising. Good evening. How you doing? Welcome back to S.E.M.P.L.E 333, where we use all tools and resources to learn life's lessons. And if this is your first time stopping in, thank you for giving me just a little bit of your time. Excuse me, I'm walking at the park. I gotta get past the guy with the leaf blower. Hold on. Oh, he stopped. So, yeah, welcome to S.E.M.P.L.E Healing 333, where we use all tools and resources to learn life's lessons to heal. We use videos, we use movies, TV shows, we use memes, we use angel numbers. Let me get a little farther away. We started back after I passed by. I mean, we use everything, you know. This earth is like one big board of life. Or, you remember the game of life, right? That little board game, the game of life. We definitely in the game of life, and we are always learning. We never, ever, ever stop learning. So, I wanted to talk to you and ask you a question. Have you been noticing repeating numbers, 111, 222, 333, 444, so on and so forth. And then like number sequences, like ascending numbers, like 345, 234, 123, things like that. And then you got your 1156s and your 1133s, 1144, 144. Have you been noticing those numbers? Now, if you like me, back in the day, I didn't really pay attention to numbers. I didn't really start paying attention to numbers until I went through my awakening back in 2020. And that's when I started really kind of getting into angel numbers and things like that. And I was in massage school, and I remember always seeing, if it wasn't 111, it was 1111, or it was 101, or it was 1101. Like I was always seeing ones, and it took me a little minute to catch on to it. But as I listened to other YouTubers, I realized that it was something to it, seeing those numbers. And even when I wasn't looking for the numbers, right, somebody would announce the time, and it would be 11:11. And so that's kind of what started me to kind of paying attention to numbers, right? That was 3, 4, 5. And so yeah, and I learned, when you see ones like that consistently, it's a sign that you're going through a spiritual awakening, or you're about to go through a spiritual awakening. At least that's one meaning, because my understanding is they can have multiple meanings. Well, since then I've been seeing numbers, and it's like they change. I know I seen 222 for the longest time, when I was creating some stability for myself, and I was needing to find some balance. I saw 222 a lot. And so now I've been seeing numbers just everywhere, and it's like it's becoming more of a thing. I kind of want to say trend, because more and more people are talking about angel numbers in their content. And so, of course, when you hear something like that, it makes you become more aware, and you kind of start looking for. And for a while, I was just looking like, I'm driving and looking at license plate. And I still see like different repeating numbers more often now than I did before. But what I learned is once you become aware of something, you kind of, I guess you could say, well, you either consciously or subconsciously or both. You start looking for it, right? You looking for it. So here lately, I've been seeing the numbers, and I'm like, man, I'm seeing them. I'm seeing all these numbers, but I don't know what they mean. Why I keep seeing this number? Why do I keep seeing so many sixes? I mean, series of sixes, series of fives, And at the time when I'm seeing them, I'm just probably driving, listening to some music, or, just mine not really at the moment on that, but I'm still looking for them. So you know how when you get a new car, a different car, right? You ain't seen this car before. You go to the car lot, you decide at the dealership, you decide what car you gonna get, right? Or even if your friend or a family member get a particular car and you never really paid attention or noticed this kind of car before, but when they get that car, you get that car, you start seeing that car everywhere, right? Have you ever noticed that? It's because now you've been made aware of this particular kind of car. So now when you out and about, you notice that you see the car more often, whereas before you just probably seen it, but you just never really gave attention to it. So I realized it's the same thing with angel numbers. Once you become aware of the number patterns, especially with all the content about angel numbers and things like that, you kind of look for them and you notice them when you see them. Now the thing is, it may not necessarily be a direct message in that moment. For us that do notice them, though, for the most part, we're aware of it, and to an extent it means something, but it's not necessarily a message. It's probably, ooh, them some big old dogs, them some Great Danes. I used to want a Great Dane. Man, I wish I could show y'all. I don't know how. I can't turn my camera around. Y'all see them big old dogs? Them some Great Danes right there. They almost taller than him. Anyway, so yeah, y'all remember that? How you will see cars more and more often after you with somebody who got a particular kind of car, or you get a new car and you never really seen that car till you went to the dealership and purchased it, but now you seeing it every time you turn around. So it's like that with angel numbers, and those of us that really notice it, and for the most part, is letting us know that, we are beyond the 3D, right? Excuse me. Now, I finally came to the awareness that the way you know when you see an angel number, you see a repeating number or a sequential number, and your mind is on something particular. And yesterday I was driving to work. It happened again today, but yesterday I was driving to work and I was talking to myself, because there is no one to talk to. People ask me why I do what I do. I talk to myself. No, I was talking to myself, having a conversation. And I really was basically encouraging myself and letting some things go, some decisions that I made a few years ago. And I talked to y'all about this before, and I said there's no such thing as a wrong decision, right? So I was talking to myself like, kind of feel like I made a mistake. I shouldn't have made that decision. Now I'm feeling this type of way. And you know what? My higher self talked back to me. It's like, no, you remember what you said. You told the people, but you're not really taking it to heart for yourself. There's no such thing as a wrong decision. You did what you had to do in that moment. That was according to your understanding. And at the time, it made sense. So, no, you didn't make a mistake. Everything happens the way that it's supposed to happen. And as I thought about it and I went down the list, I started listing, okay, so at the time this was going on, I did this because of this, I did this because of this. Now the decision I made is not one that majority of people in my position probably would have made for whatever reason, right? And I guess that was one of the reasons I was feeling the way about it, because it's not something that a lot of people would have done. You know, it's out of the norm, you could say. So as I thought about it and I'm sitting here talking with my higher self, I'm like, you know what? You're right. I didn't make a mistake. I did what I felt was the right thing to do at the time that was going to be beneficial for all parties, right? I said, you know what? I'm going to release myself of that. I'm releasing myself of that right now. And I was about to say, I forgive myself. But before I could get it out of my mouth, I quickly reverted to, there's nothing for me to forgive. So I don't need to forgive myself. There's nothing for me to forgive because I did what was necessary in that moment. I did what was necessary. And of course, everybody may not have agreed or agree with my decision, but it's my decision, it's my life, right? So as I'm saying this, I'm driving and I look up, and my eyes, when I look up, immediately hit one license plate. Now it was a car, and then there was another car in front of that. And my eyes immediately went to the car in front of the car that was in front of me to the right, right? And then it was to the right. And it said 300, I'm sorry. It said 3033. So that was 333 right there. Now when I seen it, I was like, oh, okay. So I'm on track. I'm in alignment, because at this moment, I'm talking to myself. And so to me, that was a direct message. I am in alignment at this very moment. But when I seen that 3033, I looked back at the clock, and the clock said 9:57. I said 9:57, okay. So you got the 9, right? The 5 and the 7. I had to count on my fingers because I'm a little slow. So I'm like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 5 and 7 is 12. So then you have 9, and then you have 12. Now you can do it as 9 plus 3. If you want to do it that way, 9 plus 3 is 12, right? Or you can do the 9 plus the 12, which is going to be 21, right? Either way, the end result is going to be a 1 and a 2, which adds up to a 3. So I'm like 3, 3, 3, 3. 33, 33. In that moment, I'm like, oh, okay, so right now, this is a message, because I was having this conversation and I made a decision that I'm going to let it go, and that I did what was necessary at that time, and I'm not going to feel bad about it, and I'm not going to allow anybody else to make me feel bad about it. And I release myself of that, and I don't need to forgive myself because I did what I needed to do, right? I didn't hurt anyone. So in that moment, that was a direct message from my team, my spiritual team. So it's not every time that I see repeat numbers, that it's a direct message. And, I had to learn that. And then today, as I'm walking through the park, the other thing, make sure when that happens, because I went and looked up what angel number 333 is, angel number 3333. And I'm like, okay, yeah. This was definitely for me, right? And so today when I'm walking, I'm talking again, and I'm saying how proud of myself that I am. Y'all, for real. I'm one, for people that know me from like back in the day, very meek, don't complain too much. I was one of the people that you go to the restaurant and they mess up your food and you like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it, it's okay. It's not okay. I'm paying for this. I want it the way I want it. I'm going to spend my money on it. And I used to feel like people who did that was doing too much. I just wasn't on that level yet. I hadn't come into that awareness of being enlightened to the fact that this is my resources, my money I'm spending, and if I ask for it to be a certain way and it's not done, it's my prerogative and it's my right to say, look, this not right, can y'all fix it or give me my money back? So here lately I've been speaking up more and standing up for myself more. And yesterday I went and I got something that I really wanted, some cookies, okay? And I noticed the expiration date on them was out, and some of them was overcooked. So I went and told the person that worked there, I'm like, these is out of date, and these oatmeal raisins is overcooked. Nobody's gonna buy those, right? Now, normally I would have just got the cookies that was all right for me to eat, but I didn't do that. I used my throat chakra and spoke up, because if I'm going to spend my money for this, which I came specifically to this place to get these cookies that I really like, I'm going to speak up about it. And then so when I was talking to myself today, it's those little things when you realize that you're growing, right? You realize that you're growing. And so when I was talking to myself, I'm like, I'm growing. I got the goddess energy in me. I'm still growing into it. I'm still learning. But I know it's there. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I expect to be treated as such and carry myself as such. I'm still like what they say, a diamond in the rough. Either way, I said I deserve respect. And, I was saying I'm not just going to let people talk to me any kind of way. Angry or not, there's a way that you have to communicate with people, whether you're angry or not. I don't know what's 1919. Oh, that's 10. Angry or not, there's a way that you talk to people. And so my old self usually would just sit there quietly and I would just pray, really. Just pray. And sometimes that's not enough. You have to stand up for yourself. So I said, you know what? I didn't really have to do too much. I said what I needed to say. I stood up for myself and let it be known, you're not going to talk to me like that. And that was enough. I didn't need to argue. I didn't need to do the back and forth. I didn't need to overexert my energy. That was enough. I said, yeah, that was enough. You did good. That's more than what you would have did, back then. So, yeah. And, I'm kind of chest getting up, just say it with my chest or whatever. I said, you're doing good. It's not an easy journey. I'm telling you, it's not an easy journey. So, if you on this journey, you just starting out, or you've been on it for a while, it's not an easy journey. As you learn, as you grow, as you shed old parts of yourself, it don't feel good. It's uncomfortable, and you have to, make a conscious decision each time an opportunity arises to handle it different. Don't handle it the way you used to handle it. Don't handle it, with your ego if you can help it. Sometimes the ego is necessary, though. And so as I was saying all that, this bluebird just flew down. And it caught my eye. As soon as it flew, I seen the blue. And the first thing that I thought about when I seen the blue was the throat chakra, because the color of the throat chakra is represented by blue. And I say, yeah, so be free with your words. And I looked at the time when I tried to get a video of it, but by the time I could get my phone unlocked, get to the camera and stuff, it flew into a tree, and I tried to record it. Then I'm like, let me look at the time. So I swipe down, look at the time, it's 11:33. But me doing it stopped the video. As soon as I stopped the video, it flew right there across in front of me, where I could have got a good little video of the back of it where it was blue at. It was pretty blue. And so anyway, I was like, okay, well, let me go look up 11:33, which I did. And I said, okay. Well, now I'm starting to understand now, because seeing all those numbers can be overwhelming, and you like, well, what do it mean? What kind of sign is that? What do it mean? Well, really, it's specific moments when you talking to your spiritual team, or it's just like certain times when it's a direct message for you. And those are 2 times that it's been a direct message for me, and there have been other times, but those are the most recent ones. And matter of fact, after I seen it 333 yesterday, I seen 3345. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, if you're a person who's been seeing repeated numbers and you like what they mean, a good way to know if it's a direct message in that moment for you is to pay attention to what you're thinking about. If you talking to yourself, if you saying a little prayer, if you ask a question in that moment and you happen to see a number, just say, you wondering, am I going to get this house, or am I going to lose this house, or am I going to be able to pay this on time, or, something like that. And then as you ask that, you see 444, right? And 444 is, one of the meanings is divine protection. I like to see squirrels. Hi, friend. Oh, he got an itch. So yeah, like that. Or if you wondering if you on the right path, or you in alignment, and you just ask that within yourself, and then you see a repeating number, or you see an ascending number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could take that. You could go look it up. And you could take that as a sign that you are on the right track. You headed in the right direction. You're on the right path. And you're moving forward. It's like the third squirrel since I done came around this bend. And you know, spring equinox is coming up on us, and I am ready. It's nice outside today. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all because I know for me, it can be overwhelming. Like seeing all these numbers and stuff, and you like, why am I seeing all these numbers? He don't want to be on camera. He camera shy. Or she camera shy. Yeah. Oh, this video kind of long. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you for those of you who have been asking that same question. Why do I keep seeing all these numbers? What do they mean? You know, it take a little bit of time because it's not going to be the same for everybody across the board, but that's just a little way to kind of help you kind of decipher and break down what it is for you. So just really pay attention to what you're thinking about at that time, or even, you know, what's going on in your life at the time. I always like to look at it is if I see repeating numbers, right, and I look at the time and it adds up to that same number like the threes did, and then the number on the time broke down to a 3, then to me that's a sign. Or if I see like sequential numbers or repeating numbers 3 times, like back to back to back. And sometimes that does happen. One time I seen, it was like 6668. But first I seen 6667, and then I seen 6668, right? And then it switched to 9996, and I'm like, what is going on? Some days it's just like they just be coming at me. I'm driving, I'm like, man, what's going on today? That's all I can ask. What's going on today? Because it be a lot going on. But yeah, I just want to share that with y'all. I hope it helps someone who is like wondering what is going on, why I'm seeing all these numbers. I don't know what they mean. Just pay attention to your thoughts. I think I better go because I got some moves I need to make. If you made it this far through this video, go ahead and put me a 1, 2, 3, 4 in the comments. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Because we moving forward. You know, it's a shift that's taking place, and we moving forward. And I want to say I appreciate you, much gratitude for you taking the time out to view my content. And have a wonderful, marvelous day. Until next time.